Des, we're back to league football now. International break is over. How was the break for you and for the team?
Break was good. I think it was 11 weeks we've been back since pre-season. Players and staff have worked extremely hard to get us off to a good start to what we said at the start, the unknown. We're pleased with the start, but we know that's all it is. So for players to, firstly, those that went on international break don't represent their country, and then secondly, for those that were here, give us a chance to work on a few things that we maybe hadn't had a chance to do, or to help us get ready for what's to come. And they also had a couple of days off as well to refresh themselves, to come back in the building, get ready to go for this next block.
Yeah, and I mean, you know all about what it is to represent a national team from your time working with New Zealand, so it must be a lot of pride to see the guys that did go away and perform really well.
Yeah, I think it says when we've got so many players now, you know, it used to be 2 or 3. We've now got sort of 6 or 7, and that kind of shows where we are. So for those players, it doesn't matter whether it's age group football or it's senior international. You know, you get the call from your country to go and represent your country. It's one of the most prestigious honours I'm sure you can have as a player in your career. So to see as many as did, really happy with. More happy that they've all come back fit and available for the weekend. But no, it was very, very good to sit back and watch them over the 12-day break.
Yeah, you spoke a little bit about the work that went on then during the international break here. Can you just explain a little bit more about what the last couple of weeks have looked like?
Yeah, it's a combination of two things. We know that the demands of this league are far superior to what League One was in terms of certainly physical output. So it's making sure that we stay on the players that were here, because again, it's about making sure that we continue to ready them for what is to come, so they don't get a downward sort of spiral in terms of we know where we need to be. We need to keep them there and try and raise that standard higher. So we've used it for that. We've used it to look at a couple of areas that we need to get better at, or we want to get better at, and that's been good. And then we've also used it to continue working on the things that we're good at. And you know, it's that combined, like I said, with some time off, just bodies to refresh, minds to refresh. We've got everyone back in a really good space at the moment.
Yeah, because it's now going to be going into the game against Stoke, the 5th game of the season. It's been a positive start to the campaign with 2 wins in our opening 4 games, but also the performances across the board in those 4. Did you have a chance at all to reflect and assess the start of the season on the international break?
A little bit. Like I said, it's a start. We played 4. All the teams in this league, we spoke about they're all going to be tough. There's no teams that you look at in this league and think that you're going to be able to pick up points against. So we know everything that we do in terms of preparation, how we set the team up, the players that are ready to play and perform. We know how difficult that's going to be, but we've shown in those 4 games, you know, not only are we able to compete at this level, but we're able to win at this level, and we've shown that, like I said, in our 2 home games certainly. But what's been pleasing is across the 4 games so far, we spoke about being a team that are hard to beat. We spoke about being a team that want to play a certain way, and we've stuck true to that, and we've kept ourselves in those games, despite, you know, the Coventry game, the 3-2 at the end, and then the Blackburn one. We've shown that we can do that. So we must continue to stick to that. We must continue to trust ourselves, and we must continue to push and get better every single day, because we know there's going to be another test around the corner, and that test this weekend is Stoke.
The only real disappointment about the game against Preston was particularly the injury to Joe Bennett. I know Matt went off as well. We saw this week Joe had his surgery. Have we got any updates on him and how that went for him?
Surgery went well. It's disappointing obviously to lose Joe, but surgery's gone well. He'll now receive all the TLC and the care that comes post-op. And we look forward to having him back in the building very soon.
Yeah, Stoke City this Saturday at home, 12:30 kick-off. Probably the one club that you know especially well in England, having your time working there as well. Will you see any familiar faces when we go up against them on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I think it's sort of 5-6 years ago that I was there for the season. So, look, we know it's a good club. It's been a Premier League club, same as a lot of the teams in this league in the most recent years. And I know firsthand, working there for the season, the setup that they have on the field, the setup they have off the field. They've got a very good manager, and they've assembled a really good, young and exciting team who play a good brand of football. So, look, I'm expecting a good game. We'll set ourselves up to position ourselves as well as we can, firstly to perform, and if we can show what we've done certainly in those first 4 games, and with the back end of the home support that we've certainly had in those 2 home games, we'll put ourselves in the best position to come away with that result.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.